I've got a couple notes, actually 3.
Okay.
At what point do we have to start stroking Tom Kim, as Brooks Koepka would say? Especially the 18th tee was just a cherry on top of an all-time performance.
So they were on the clock. Tom Kim hit one that he described as it was on the beach, but then the tide took it out. So it did find land.
They actually did have video of that. I think he was right.
So it did find land/sand, and then the tide took it out. So now it's part of the Pacific Ocean. So then he has to go all the way back to the tee and hit again. And he started doing this as he was getting out of that slump. He started to play better, but he started to play slower, and he stands over the golf ball for an eternity now.
I don't know how he does it.
He's buffering.
Yeah.
It's like a glitch.
It's I could be doing anything. I could be sitting on my couch and I couldn't stand that still for that long, or sit that still for that long. He does it for like 10 to 15 seconds, it seems like.
It's a very rare thing to be that still over the golf ball, and there's no way that can be the most effective with no movement. I mean, I'm not saying you got to rush, but with no movement, there's no way that's the best way to play. I don't know how he controls his thoughts for that amount of time. Here's the thing with stroking him. If you start getting bad times, you can assess someone a stroke, but you can't just start throwing out stroke penalties when there's got to be a hard and fast rule. Maybe there is that behind the scenes, they don't publish fines. They don't publish any of that stuff. Maybe he has been fined. I know they're thinking about doing that going forward. But they haven't done any of that. Well, I would much rather have the players know they have a specific amount of time to hit a shot. And if they violate it, then they get a penalty. And as a result, they will be far less likely to violate it. Right. I have the general guideline for the USGA is 40 seconds. Yeah, give them a minute.
40 seconds from
when you arrive?
Yeah, when it's your turn. From when it's your turn. So, I mean, it's not a rule. It's a general guideline. You're supposed to play in a conscientious manner. But so it's just really hard for me to say in a professional event, well, that's too long. But is it too long, or do you just not like the way that it looks? Right? Is it not? It's not good TV. We know that. Should he get penalized because it's bad TV?
Yes.
So
this is an entertainment product.
Yeah. I know that is something that people are clamoring about, but in fairness to him, in fairness to the rule staff, in fairness to everybody else in the field, we need to set a boundary so that this is it's not something that should be discussed. Like, it should be like Tiger on TGL. The horn goes off. He didn't putt. It's a stroke. There's no discussion about it. He was late.
Okay, that's fair enough. Next topic.
What else you
got? Just an absolutely egregious outfit from Jason Day today. Absolutely egregious. And I have been in his corner for the past year plus, fighting the good fight for him, putting pictures online. I should be part of the Malbon marketing team at this point, it feels like. But today, I cannot get behind an all gray sweatsuit with just some absurd shoes, mind you, especially on the coast at Pebble Beach. I was praying for a rain cloud to roll in and just dump on them somehow. He had the Rocky Balboa all gray workout outfit out there at Pebble Beach on the golf course. I love most of them, but today was a big fat miss.
Okay. Speaking of
insane
guidelines and such, what's the dress code? What you have to wear pants. Okay. What's the dress code on tour? Because sometimes, like Ricky Fowler, they do the Hawaii swing. He wouldn't tuck his shirt in, right? He'd wear that like Hawaiian button down. What is the actual dress code on tour?
So I do know the quarter zip that everyone was raving about at Torrey Pines. I'm fairly certain you're not allowed to have the logo like that.
His
I could
sweater,
be
you
wrong.
mean?
Yeah. You're allowed to like peck and stuff like that.
Well, that's why Augusta asked him to take off his sweater there.
You think he rolls up to Augusta on this on Monday of Masters Week? Fred?
Not on property. I mean, he might fly in and go to, his rental house.
The RV.
Yeah. He'll wear that in the RV in the town of Augusta.
I have no idea about
not on the property of Augusta National.
What's the policy, Greg?
I don't know. But can we have, like, all sports have a uniform, right? Every single sport has clothing, attire, jerseys, pads. Every single sport has a uniform. I can't stand the idea that making somebody wear a belt is exclusive, right? It's elitist to make somebody wear a belt and a collared shirt. It drives me nuts. And to show up with a drawstring sweatsuit on.
I mean, just if you haven't seen it and you're not watching on YouTube, it is a literal sweat jumpsuit. Like it's
I wore this to middle school PE pretty much.
We're not actually joking here. It is a legit sweatpants sweatshirt situation.
All gray.
All gray.
It's outrageous.
Chicks did gray sweatpants.
It's just not the uniform. You can't wear sweatpants. But like the golf pants now are so athletic. They are not uncomfortable. You could wear them all day. I don't know, but there needs to be a rule where you just got to wear a belt. How
I would love to see him just slap a belt around those. Yeah, it's. I don't care what people wear. That is a tough scene, and that should probably not be allowed. Yeah.
How does he say okay? How does he say okay to that?
I think he just checks his bank account and puts it on.
How much do you think they pay him?
Not enough.
Only guy. Well, no, they have Charlie Hull too.
I would say a lot. If you want me to guess, multiple millions a year.
Oh.
So I would say between 3 and 5.
All right, Steven.
They've got a lot of money. He's their only guy. He's a very popular guy. They make him wear
drawn a ton of attention.
Yes, and they make him wear outrageous. Some guys would just say no. He does it with a smile.
This crosses the line. What he wore what was it at Torrey? That sweater, the quarter zip. Yeah. Patrick loved it. I actually, I mean, I didn't think that was all that. I didn't think that was like disrespectful.
I like that one.
I liked it too. There's probably a time, but I could see that in the 70s or 80s being like everybody's wearing those kind of things. It's not outrageous. This is just too far.
Too far. Think about the children, Jason.
Come on.
What's your third
one?
Watching this? What's your third one?
Oh, my third one was perhaps the greatest picture ever taken was taken this week at Pebble Beach when the PGA Tour decided to post a picture of Michael Greller sitting crisscross applesauce, just looking into the Pacific after Jordan Spieth shot a 79, which included a 9 on the par 5 18th. The caption was something along the lines of "The views at Pebble never get old."
Yeah, it's a perfect meme template, is what it is.
Yes.
Just perfect.
We've all been there.
Just hood up. I mean, yeah, it's been a long day. It's been a long career. You've been on Jordan Spieth's bag for a while. This is a good one.
That's like you're a teacher coming back from summer break, and the kids they just give it to you week one. They absolutely give it to you. No mercy.
They've been plotting all summer long on how they were going to stick it to you.
He had a nice vacation. Got his feet underneath him in Hawaii. And then
it was too soon to come back.
Yeah, it just returns to a miserable Pebble Beach on Saturday.
I love it.